Welcome to the channel. And this is a well overdue video talking about my Fujifilm X-T4 and my new Ricoh GR1. Now, the reason I wanted to make this video was I have owned this X-T4 for probably well over a year now, probably close to 2, and I bought this as my street photography camera. This is, I actually wanted the X100V when that came out. Decided it was too expensive, and I didn't like the fact that it was a fixed focal length. So I decided to go with the X-T4, which was a lot cheaper at the time. I think now they're quite expensive because people have realised they're basically an X100V, exactly the same components and things like that as the X100V. So people have sort of jumped on that and they're buying these now because they were sort of in short supply, even though we are talking about sort of like X106 now. But yeah, so I bought this and I paired it up with a 16mm lens, and I ran that like an X100V. I didn't buy a load of lenses for it. I wanted to keep it sort of streamlined and basic for my street photography. I just wanted to shoot at one focal length, and I loved it. I still love it. I think the camera is great, and I would still be using it, apart from this one issue that I have found, that it is still quite big, especially in comparison to this. Bear in mind this doesn't have a lens on it, obviously still, and this does. And it was stopping me from shooting because I was worried about it. Obviously it's very pretty, I didn't want to scratch it. It is quite expensive still. It's a lot of money. With a lens you're still carrying around £1,000 worth of gear, and in the streets it's quite obvious, to the point where people would actually, I'd be wandering around East and people would shout at me from across the road and be like, "Nice camera, bro, like Fujifilm," all that. And maybe that's just because of the sort of attention that the X100V's got on social media and stuff, and people just thought this was an X100V because it looks so similar. But it does draw attention to itself, and I'd find myself not taking it out very often because I was worried about these things, and it would stop me from shooting. I wanted an everyday shooter when I bought this, and I wasn't shooting it every day because I was worried about it. And it just led to me not shooting a lot of street, which I soon realised and decided I needed to make a change. So what can you get that gives me everything this gives? You know, like I love the film simulation. That's why I wanted to go Fujifilm. I'm fed up of editing. I edit, you know, I'm a sort of commercial photographer in my 9 to 5, and I edit a lot of stuff all the time, you know, video, photo. And I don't want to edit with my street photography. I want it to just be, like I said, streamlined. I want it to be able to shoot and post, that kind of thing. And that's what drew me to this with the film simulation. I built a really nice black and white sim, and I'd just be posting them because just straight JPEG, because I was happy with how they came out of camera. And I love that rawness of that is the photo. You know, even if it slightly needs straightening up, or you'd straighten up in post and things like that. I didn't do it. I just love the rawness of that. That is a photo, and I love the sort of the simulation that you got with the Fujifilm. So that's why I went that route, and that's what drew me to it. And yeah, I decided to go and have a look at a Ricoh. This is the Ricoh GR1. This is old, man. I think this was maybe 2013 this came out or something. Maybe, I'm not even sure, but this is old. This is, you know, they're on the are they GR4 now, GR3. So I picked this up. This has got film simulation, a bit like the Fujifilm, not quite as good, but plenty good enough. And yeah, the reason I went with this over the Fujifilm is purely the form factor. Like, looking at the size difference there. Like, this hasn't got a lens on. Bear in mind, if I had a lens, it would be stood out there. Look at that. And it is pocketable. Like, I'm not even joking, this fits in your pocket, which is exactly what I want out of a street photography camera. I want something that I can put in my pocket and I can use on a daily basis. And that's something you're going to see over this YouTube channel, over time on this YouTube channel, is I'm going to be showing you sort of like a week's worth of photos, just everyday boring shit that, you know, because I want to carry this on a daily basis. And that was the main reason I went this way, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I've loved every minute of this camera. So much so, like I take it everywhere with me, because it is just, it's just brilliant. And the quality out of the photos, like this produces some mad quality. What's this, 24 megapixel, I think? And I think this is 16. But honestly, you can zoom in on some of these images and crop in if you wanted to, and it's incredible. Like, I don't see much difference. So yeah, as I was saying, so that's why I went with the Ricoh, you know, purely pocketable, still 16 megapixel camera. It's like when you actually look in, like I love researching cameras, and when I'm going to buy them and stuff, and when I looked at there was an interview with a designer who helped design these Ricohs, and some of the features of this camera that you wouldn't even know about unless you watch that sort of interview with the designers of it, like the straight edges and how they're designed for putting up against walls. Like, this is actually a camera that is purely built for street photography, with like street photography in mind. And it's incredible, and it's so easy to use. Like I say, it's got film sim, but it's not quite as good as a Fujifilm, I wouldn't say, but pure, like great for me, great for what I wanted. I can literally take the photo in a JPEG, black and white. You know, I'm shooting quite a lot of black and white now, I love it, and bang it straight on Instagram, happy days. So the streamlinedness of being able to take the photo and post the photo without going into post is what I love, and I love the rawness of the photos when they're not edited. You know, you are capturing. I think that I want to streamline my photography, or especially I want to streamline my street photography, which is my hobby. I want that to purely just composition. You know, you and the camera, composition. There's no editing. There's no sort of I'll fix that in post. There's no I'm going to post the pictures straight out of camera. You know, obviously you could argue that a film sim is like editing, but it is straight out of camera. There's not been any sort of post-production with it. So, and that's what I love about it. It is purely about composition. It's purely about making me a better photographer, because I know I'm not going to be able to do anything in post. And it just streamlines that for me. And that's why I went with this Ricoh GR. And I really don't see myself changing from it. I love it. It's discreet, you know, it's all black, it's discreet. It's not expensive. I paid £400 for this. Really low shutter count, reasonably good nick. Yeah, £400. I think the new ones, I think you could buy a brand new one for like £800, like a GR3. The reason I actually went with the one is a lot of people saying the positive film simulation in the ones is a little bit nicer than the later ones. And cost, you know, I don't want to carry around £1,000 body and a lens around London shooting street. I want something that if it gets nicked, it doesn't matter. I can go out and buy another one. It's not really a big issue in my head, and that means I can be more daring with it, and that means I can carry it around on a daily basis doing the mundane jobs of life and not have to worry about it. And I will say that about this, the build quality on this is incredible. Like, I can't get over it. Like, it is a sturdy bit of kit, and I'm not worried about it at all. I generally don't have a case for it. I bought one when I bought it, thinking that I'd need it, but I don't use it. I literally just put it straight in my pocket, because the case just makes it a little bit bigger, and that defeats the object of it. I don't want to ever make it hard to carry around. So that's a bit of a update on what I'm shooting these days. Goodbye Fujifilm. This will be going up for sale. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't want a collection of cameras, and I don't want to be tempted back to it. You know, it's a great camera, and I can see myself easily wanting to go back to it, but I don't want to step away from the reason why I bought this. So yeah, I suppose if people are watching this video and trying to decide what to buy, it all depends on personal preference and what you're looking to do with it. Like, if you're looking for something that you take out of weekends and have a bit of fun with, like, that's great. You know, that's a brilliant camera for that. But if you're looking for something to be discreet, something like an everyday shooter, then I really would look at the GRs, and especially the price point. You know, you're getting so much bang for buck with these cameras. So I'm going to show a few photos of the Fujifilm and post them on screen. Recent ones, or maybe the last images I took on Brick Lane with that Fujifilm in black and white, and then I'm going to post some GR photos, just so you can maybe see a bit of a difference. I'm not sure I've got any on Brick Lane with the GR yet, so they'll be in different locations, so just bear that in mind. But you know, I'm not saying they're exactly the same, they're certainly not, but for what I want, this is ideal. thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, and appreciate you make it to the end. And I hope that sheds some light on what I'm shooting these days. And I'll see you in another video. I do have some plans to make more videos. Now I've sort of streamlined my street photography with this camera. I'm going to try and do the same with YouTube and make it easy for me to post videos. I'm actually going to film another one now, so the next video you'll see after this will be in the same location. and yeah, hopefully there'll be some more videos on the channel and a bit more regularly uploading. Tune in, guys.